So I wanted to talk a little bit today about a little camera that I bought about 6 weeks ago, the Ricoh GR3X. So I opted for the Urban Edition, which is just a slight cosmetic change. Exact same specifications as the normal GR3X. So this is a really good point and shoot pocket camera. I've had it for about 6 weeks, like I said. Just want to give my honest thoughts and pros and cons if anyone's looking to buy this. I'm just going to give a little quick rundown about what I like about it, what I don't like about it. There's a lot more likes than dislikes, so hopefully that'll be able to help if you are on the fence about buying this camera. It's a really good small point and shoot by Ricoh. Ricoh used to be Pentax, which is a camera brand I knew growing up. This is a 24 megapixel point and shoot APS-C sensor, so it's not full frame. If you use the full frame cameras, then, this is like putting it in the crop sensor mode. It's really handy, really small, really pocketable. Something I was struggling with going out and taking photos, I'd always try and bring my mirrorless. I'd bring a few lenses. You'd end up having quite a heavy bag, quite bulky amount of gear. Really gets rid of the need to have all that. You can just slip this in the pocket or in a small bag, and it's good to go. It's 24 megapixel, like I said, so really good resolution. If you want to crop in, you're not going to lose a lot of quality. Obviously, I wouldn't do a really harsh crop. It depends what you like shooting. I quite enjoy just going out and taking pictures of things on the street, not strictly street photography, but closer to that. And this is great for that. It's not very invasive. You're not holding like a big system. You're just holding a little phone-sized camera. It's not going to be too invasive on the street. Some other pros is the recipes. So if you are used to Fuji's or shooting on film, then you can, it's like using different film stocks. You can do recipes on Fujifilm. This has a version of that. So you can import settings. It's like having a preset on the camera. So you can take the pictures, apply the recipe, and then move those either to your phone or your computer in JPEG form, and you don't have to edit them. Ricoh do have an app called GR World, which is, you can use that to move the photos across. It's kind of like the Canon Connect app. I think Sony have an equivalent as well. So if you don't really want to edit your photos, you can just move them across as a JPEG, especially if you shot the recipe, and then they're pretty much good to upload to Instagram. You're going to get good quality photos. I like to edit my photos, so I've been shooting in RAW and moving those over to Lightroom and editing them just, how I normally would do. Yeah, there's a lot of good points to this camera. It is quite expensive. You're probably looking at about 800, 900 pounds brand new. If you buy it secondhand, you can maybe get it at 700. I think I got this for about 700. Great condition. Some of the issues this camera has, there's not really too many issues it's got. It's more down to preference. The first of those, it doesn't have a viewfinder, so no EVF. To combat that, you can just turn the brightness up on the screen. If it's a sunny day, you might be used to putting it up to your face to look through on a mirrorless. Doesn't have that, so you're gonna have to be looking at the screen and hoping the sunlight's not too bright, but you can adjust the brightness of the screen, which is good. It's not weather sealed, so I've not taken it out too much this year because of the rain. We've had a lot of rain in the UK so far this year. And I don't want to get any, water in this. It's not weather sealed, so that is a con, a negative. For the same sort of issues as well, I have seen some people complain about dust getting inside the lens. I've tried to be quite careful, not get any dust inside the lens, because it's quite hard to clean the sensor. Besides just doing a sensor clean in the camera itself, so I bought a couple of these silicone caps. 2 of these from Amazon, I think was £8. Pretty good. Silicone can attract dust though, so you might be better off with a plastic one or a metal one. Give you a little bit more support there as well. Another issue I've had is some of the recipes don't import to Lightroom very well. So, for example, a couple of days I shot using a recipe called Positive Emulsion, which goes off the positive film base recipe. When I imported that to Lightroom, it didn't support that. So the previews showed the image on the camera, and then when I went to develop them, it just reset all the settings. It's not a too big of an issue though, because you can go into the color profiles on Lightroom and kind of find the closest one and edit to that. I just had to edit from scratch, but it's not an issue because I enjoy editing. I like editing, but it did add a little bit more time onto images that I wanted to be ready to edit and share quite quickly. I think I pretty much covered all of them. You know, is a really good pocket camera. It's great if you just want to go out, maybe day trip somewhere and you don't want to bring your DSLR or your mirrorless. Or maybe you don't like your phone's photos, either pixel, it's not better photos. This is so much, this is a camera, you know, it does what it does very well. I wouldn't say it's very good in low light or nighttime photography, just because it is APS-C. Rather than having that full frame sensor, it does struggle a little bit in low light. If you've got some light sources, maybe you're like in London and there's some neon lights and there's some ambient lighting, it'll do okay if you keep your settings, you know, shutter speed low, ISO. Probably wouldn't go above 3200 or 4000 ISO, just because of the noise you'll get. But you know, it's pretty standard with APS-C cameras anyway. It's not too shocking. But yeah, if you're thinking of buying this camera, I do recommend. I would say try and find it secondhand though, just to save yourself a little bit of money, and then you can buy accessories. You can buy like a lens. I want to buy a lens hood for this. They're pretty good for dust and also adding filters. Yeah, let me know if you've got any questions or if there's anything you'd want to add about this camera. Definitely recommend getting a little wrist strap as well, or a neck strap, just for safety. If you're going to be walking in cities and you've got a camera on you, you want it, you know, attached to you, especially if it's small like a phone. But yeah, let me know any questions, any thoughts. Thanks for watching.